And here they go, the countdown has started. I am actually, I think, a competitor in this match, so hopefully I can fly up when this game starts and we can get a good view. And here we go, there we go. This map is quite interesting, as you can tell already, it is a bit of a snow theme, you can tell from the igloo cornucopia in the middle. Lots of people are charging towards it, but that ice is making it a little trippy to maneuver on. Wow, this is...
forest surrounding. I mean, it is hard for these people to know what's what.
Now, I don't know if Swag's going to give us a little insight on this, but I feel like the same thing happened in this game as it did in the last game, where we saw a lot of people rushing for the cornucopia and not a lot attacking at the cornucopia. They just went to grab things and then sort of ran away.
Well, at this point, I think everyone is just really focused on getting in and getting out as fast as possible and not bothering with hurting anyone else.
Yeah, that's pretty important, because I think at the very beginning, everyone has an equal chance, because obviously you don't have anything in your hand. But we already have our first death, and it was Soggy Lettuce, I believe, slayed another player. And we see people making mad dashes for food, for wood. I don't know if any people realize, but most of the resources are right here in the middle.
Yeah,
Day shade right there.
Thing that people realize later on, it might even be too late for them to go back and get some.
Yes, let's see if we can find any competitors running over the mountains to see if they can spot anything in the distance. So what do you think right now people are planning to do? Or what do you think their plans were before they saw the arena, and how do you think those have changed?
Well,
At this point...
Oh, go ahead, Waffle. I mean, Swag.
At this point, I think right now they're trying to get as far away from the place where everyone knows where it is, which is, of course, the starting arena. But what they don't know is that all of the vital supplies, like you said earlier, are right there in the middle. So I think once they go out far enough and they get a high point of view, they're going to notice there aren't any trees around. There are 0 trees to be found.
And
then they look in the center
by the game makers.
Pretty
it's
nifty.
Gonna really force some really cool engagements in this game. I can't wait to see it.
And we see a few players actually taking refugee on the mid base, and that's actually going to be quite an advantage to them. But they don't fully know that yet, because since they're still there, they haven't had that chance to actually go out and explore the map. We see one player I'm actually here following that did get to a high point, looked around, and now is convinced that he needs to go back to the center of the map. And that's possibly a good idea, but he's kind of far behind from collecting resources from some of these players that are already there. And it's actually, since there actually is so much white around, right? So much dirt and snow, it's really easy to spot your opponents from far away, and I think that's going to kind of blow the element of surprise for most people's plans.
That's true. That's true, and I think, I don't know if this actually helps. I mean, I'm going to have to ask you, Swag, but does having the high ground in a certain situation like this help? Because I think having high ground is something that's very possible in this, but at the same time, if you have too high ground and you fall down, that could be a major disadvantage. You could go into a fight with half your health gone. And
we actually saw Taco. That exact thing happened in the first arena. Taco actually had the high advantage ground against Captain Awesome in a tree, and Captain Awesome was able to infiltrate his base quite easily because of that. So that is a good point to point out, that high ground isn't always good. But Swag, what is your opinion on that?
Well, especially on this map, because of how high these high points can be, it's really not smart to go up there, because one wrong move, if you get snuck up on, there's a chance that you're going to fall off.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah, that falling is a huge damage. We also have quite a few deaths. I think we're up to 5 deaths so far in the game, and that's quite a bit, but we've seen more in past games. We've seen like 14 deaths in the first few minutes.
Yeah.
Looks like we might see an actual fight right here.
Oh, where at?
Yes.
I think I'm
right near the forest. Some guy was trying to get some water. I'm not really sure. I think he was trying to replenish his thirst. And Combat Man actually snuck up on him and did quite a bit of damage. And here we see Backdraft with a stone sword also getting in the fight, but now all of them seem to be going opposite directions. So quite interesting.
Yeah.
Seems like someone is stuck under the ice as well. I don't know if they did that on purpose or not.
Looks like he might be stuck under there too.
Stuck under the ice. Now that is an unfortunate situation. For one thing though, you probably won't go thirsty.
Yeah, but he's going to get quite cold very soon, and that might lead to a very early death. Let's see if anyone has really decided that they need to get to the cornucopia. soon.
It looks like that person who's stuck under the ice is now being tracked by Calm Batman. Oh,
And he is actually attacking him with
and
that
there we
sword.
go.
He is dead. Quite an interesting tactic, but now Batman actually jumped down into the water, and I don't really know if he realized what he did yet.
no, I don't think so. He is now
Oh,
trapped
no.
under the ice just like his victim.
He is going to try to break the ice, unlike his victim did, and get to the edge of the map, and that is probably the best thing to do, and there he goes. He is
You
able
got
to
a
get
fight
out.
right here? Oh, it looks like that was quick. All right.
The fight has started and the fight has ended. That's usually how they go. So there's not a lot of fights we can actually get to, but the ones we do are quite interesting to watch.
Very true.
Let's see
I
if
don't
we
know
spot...
Looks like we might be having enough confrontations between Daniel G and Calm Batman. Uh-oh.
Oh, Calm Batman was the one we just saw over here. So let's
Right
go back and
past
see
each
if we
other.
can find him. Oh, they didn't see each other. Now, I remember when watching you play, you had a few close calls where both you and your opponent didn't see each other for a while. And have you ever caught someone off guard? And what was your opinion, or what tactics did you take in place when that happened?
Well, when you're on the move, you generally appear to be like at a high point, and that you feel safe enough to do so. Most of the people that are afraid to go out are always sneaking everywhere. So that plays the probably biggest factor. If you know that you're better than everyone, you're probably not going to be running around. You're going to be sneaking around looking for people that are being caught up and trying to catch them off guard.
Interesting.
Foul
Now-
tactics, and we've seen those quite a bit, though.
I have a question for you, Swag, regarding tactics when it comes to building your base. Now, would you say it's smart to build a small base, kind of inconspicuous, not many people see it, or do you want to make something that has walls or something that's really hard to get into?
Well, especially on this map, my main priority right now is water. Because of all this ice, finding a good water source that isn't frozen is going to be a challenge.
That
So
is a very
what I
good
would
point.
probably do is on one of these rivers, dig into the mountain, maybe 5 or 6 blocks, just enough to where I can easily pop in and out to bring my sanity back up, but close enough to where I can replenish my thirst.
That's a very good point. So it's really the terrain that determines whether or not you're making your base here or there.
That too, and because of all where everything is, everyone's gonna be coming to the center, which means unless you get a substantial amount of wood in the beginning, you're probably gonna have to come back to at one point.
And I'm trying to keep focus on this middle area right now, because these are going to be the main people that have wood before this first night, which is coming soon. We also see quite a few animals spawning around the center, so that's going to be good for the people in here, but there's not many. Ooh, it looks like we have a confrontation just about to happen. He is sneaking because I don't think he's aware that the other guy is here yet, and there he goes. He's getting a few lucky hits. And it looks like Atomic doesn't have a sword. He has a wooden hoe, but that's about it. And he's trying to run away as fast as possible, but backwards. And there he is. He is actually knocked out of the map. And Calm Batman gets another kill.
Now, we talked about this last game, but I think one of the first things you make is a sword or an axe. You know, you usually don't make a wooden hoe. I mean, he might have gotten that from the chest, but I feel like making a sword or something like that, something you can fight with, is a high priority weapon for the first thing you make.
Interesting. We actually see someone named Wowie Beastie, sure. And he seems to be underneath the actual surface. Oh, he seems to have dug up right there. But he actually buried himself underneath the surface, and it looks like there might be a confrontation here, because someone just spotted him. And it's a bit dark to see, but hopefully we might have a nighttime combat. He's getting his sword out. Oh yeah, Icy Penguin is, he is in the mood to fight right now.
Up, and he has a stone sword. This could be a very quick battle.
And it looks like his competitor, Wowie Beastie, doesn't have anything. Maybe that's why he was trying to hide. There's one hit for him right there, and he is an ice.
Oh, he's getting attacked by a skeleton. Up, down,
Two skeletons.
coming at him.
Oh, man. He's trying to back up as fast as possible.
Right now, it could be all over for him, even with the huge advantage that he has.
Oh, he's using that special sprint tactics on ice. You can actually sprint faster than usual
Oh.
if you jump at the right moment, and
He's
he
trapped
was
in the
able
room
to
with
escape
Skelly.
it. Oh, there's actually a skeleton in there.
It looks like we also
Interesting.
have the first hit the ground too hard death here. I wonder what happened with that. If he fell, if he climbed up too high and fell down. I feel
You know
like
what?
that's going to be happening a lot in this map.
I think I just got hit, but I imagine exactly what probably happened, and that was he climbed up an extremely high mountain and probably trying to find something up there, and I don't know if there is anything up there, but possibly made a bad choice and a skeleton hit him off or something hit him off like a creeper, and he died that way.
Ah, very true, very true.
So one other good thing about staying in the center right now And I know it's kind of hard to find where all the monsters are, but I think the scariest monster, and I'm going to let Swag let me know on this, is a skeleton in this match. Swag, what's your opinion? What's the scariest monster, or what's the most threatening one to your survivability?
Ooh, it's gotta be either the skeleton or the creeper. If you can get a jump on a skeleton, you're probably gonna win. But if that skeleton gets that first hit, there's a good chance that you're gonna die before you can get there.
Good point.
Yeah, and those creepers, I mean, I think you had a couple close encounters with creepers. I think everyone has a couple close encounters with creepers. They're nasty. I mean, they can sneak up on you, and then out of nowhere they'll just blow up, and I mean, you're gone. There's nothing you can do.
Yep. Completely out of your hands, and it's the absolute worst feeling that you can have.
Their
Yeah.
day shade just taken out by a skeleton. So we do see the lethality of these actually these monsters, and they're very lethal. So you gotta be careful. Seems like Backdraft actually fell in a hole again. Don't know if that was the smartest choice. He jumped down there on purpose. Let's see if he had a good reason to do that. Feel like they're trying to replenish their thirst, and it's a good idea, but you gotta be really careful on how they do it. Not a lot of resources seem to be around. He's breaking the blocks, and yes, because when you break the ice blocks, I believe you get that water source that becomes from them, right?
Yes, I believe
yes.
that's true.
And they were using that to actually jump out of the hole, so that's pretty good tactics to get out of holes. But again, you're kind of stuck in there for a while, so you really have to be careful.
And being
Yeah, it
stuck
just
anywhere
leaves you
for
as
a
a
while
sitting duck too.
leaves you as a sitting duck, and I mean your health and your thirst is going to go down. You've got two things you've got to worry about. So getting
Oh no,
stuck
I'm a
anywhere
grape you.
is lethal.
Actually let a skeleton in his little safe house. Oop, I'm getting hit by the zombie right there. But I think I'm actually a contestant, so all the monsters can hit me, which isn't quite good, so I'll stay far away. But I'm a grape you actually made a nice little cave with a little farm outside, and a skeleton actually got the jump on him and fell into his hole, and a creeper now is right above him. Oh, I wonder if he's actually going to find a way into his hole.
Oh, this could be
Oh, there
bad.
it comes.
Oh, here it goes. And
Oh, and he actually takes out quite a bit of his space, and a zombie's going to come in to try to get the kill on him, but he should be able to take him out if he's lucky. There he is.
yes.
Spamalot seems to have blown up, so it looks like the a creeper might have got the jump on him.
Yes, a
as
creeper
well.
and a skeleton were chasing him. It was an unfortunate situation to say the least.
I never thought I'd have to do this as a cameraman, but I'm actually trying to avoid skeleton shots, so I'm trying to fly higher than usual.
I'll see
To
if we
avoid
can
them.
get that fixed for you.
It feels like I'm part of the contestants of the game. So, I've seen about 3 people in this middle area still of this game, and I'm trying to keep the primary focus in the middle of this arena, because that's where most of the action's going to happen. But they are not aware of each other. They seem just to be waltzing around like they have no idea they're there. So we could see some interesting confrontations like we've seen before, where they try to sneak up on each other. And that seems extremely useful in this situation, but they all have their little bases underneath this giant island. So I wonder if they dig into it to find resources, if they're actually going to meet up with each other sometime.
Oh, most likely. I'd say it's inevitable.
The funny thing
one
about this is
go ahead.
that there's villages spread out on this map, full of resources. But all of these people that are too afraid almost to go out and explore aren't going to get these vital resources.
That's true. And that's one point. I mean, if you go out and you can find these villages, then, I mean, you're up in the mountains, there's not going to be anyone near you, you really only have to worry about NPCs. But, I mean, getting there is the hard part. I mean, you got to climb up these mountains, got to worry about your hunger, your thirst, and then you don't have any wood. So it's almost worth it. But I think right now a lot of these people are saying it's not worth it. I think they're proving that they think it's not worth it by staying where the wood is, staying where all the water is.
Now, did I hear you correctly? Was that village or villagers
Villages.
that were around there? Villages. I'm going to go see if I can find one real fast. Since the nighttime is usually a slower time because people are trying to get that precious bone meal, they just try to keep people away from each other. I think I've spotted my first village as well. So it looks like coming up we have this little village, and someone has actually found it. We have a player in this village, so his name is Hunter Ellis, so he actually got to take the advantage of the chest on top, and he seems to be using it as a little hideout over here. This is quite nice, actually. This adds a nice little touch to the map, where you kind of get to see some previous people being there before, some previous civilization.
Interesting. And would you say
Oh no, a creeper's oh, hold on, I just want to say, a creeper is behind him, and he does not see him yet. So he may get a unlucky death right here. But what were you saying?
Would you say there's a theme to this? I don't know. I saw one earlier, and there was a pen with a bunch of cows in it and everything like that. What's at the village that you're at right now?
Well, right now, I can't really get too close because I am still a competitor and I don't want to get a creeper to explode me or anything like that. But it seems like there's like a little lookout tower, so maybe it was exactly that, a lookout tower, and a little building nearby, which I'm assuming it looks like a mine shaft. It might also be a pen with animals in it, but I can't tell for certain. So maybe it's a lookout. Maybe there's someone that lived there that was supposed to keep these mountains safe or make sure nothing was going to come through it.
Interesting.
Oh, we have a
I'm at a
Wallaby
village here myself.
seems to have died from hitting the ground too hard. But if I remember properly, he was one of the three that got into that just standoff where they all ran away from each other. So he must have ran off to a mountain and fell off or something. Uh-oh, Hunter Ellis is actually dying of hunger. I believe it's hunger or thirst, and there he goes. He starved to death. Important fact is that there is so little food on this map, as it is a winter map, you don't find much food, that starving to death is a pretty common factor of death in this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I think people here, if they're staying by the main cornucopia here, or not cornucopia, the main starting spot, then they're gonna find that they have plenty of water. But at the same time, there's not nearly enough food. I mean, they can grow wheat, but there's only so much that can do because it takes so long to do that.
Yes, and I just want to ask, from our previous player, Swag, how did hunger affect your playstyle in this game? Because it was increased, so it should have been a little more difficult.
Yes, it's probably the thing that's always in the back of your mind, but if you're busy at task something, it's so easy to forget. So easy to lose track of what you're doing, and then you look at your hunger bar, and it's nowhere near where you thought it was, and you start scrambling to get food and waste more hunger. It can basically be the entire downfall to everything you're doing.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most important facts of this game, is that thirst and hunger is so important. And now that we have this, I guess this river in the middle, you can call it, it's so easy to get your thirst replenished if you're careful, that I think hunger is the most important factor of this game. So we're going to see that. I believe we're going to see that playing a very important role in the minutes to come.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you remember to the last map, I completely ignored every single every single mob map. Would be that chickens, pigs, cows, didn't go for it, because those are the type of food that you have to work to get. Fishing, on the other hand, you literally just sit there. You can stay in one spot the entire time and get enough food to keep you alive through the entire game.
And that's true.
That's
and
an interesting point.
In my single-player endeavors
let
in
me
this
stop you
game,
right there. We have a confrontation between Ice Hot Penguin and Arwen. There's a creeper that's just now getting into the mix. They both seem to be backing off because of it. Looks like they're trying to fight around it.
oh wow, Ice Hot Penguin seems to have actually taken out Arwen in that fact. Do you want to kind of give us a little idea of what happened in that fight?
Well, basically, it's appeared that Arwen saw him coming, and Arwen, seeing that he had that leather cap, decided that it would be better for him to run away rather than keep fighting. Uh-oh. Looks like Ice Hot Penguin is stuck under the ice, and he can't find the hole.
What a horrible way to die after a glorious victory.
Yes. Oh.
Oh, he actually drowned.
Absolutely horrible.
I found Combat Man. You remember that when we had those three people kind of meet up and then they just ran the other directions without attacking each other? I believe one was with Wayway Beast, right? One was Combat Man, and one I believe might have been Icy Hot. Two people have found each other here, and I don't know if they see each other yet. Oh, one might get the jump on the other one. Here he goes.
And
he's in. Oh, he actually got out of the hole in time. But Combat Man and Chiggles is now in a fight to the death with stone swords. 2 hits on Combat Man, 1 on Chiggles.
With a leather helmet here, it looks like, but this could go either way.
Oh, he actually got 4 hits on Combat Man and only 1 hit on him, and he also had the armor. So he did some great tactics. There may have been a little lag, so I couldn't see it, but there are some great tactics there. He seems to be jumping up and down in joy. And we are down to 4 competitors, which means the next person who dies, those 3 are automatically winners of this game. They are going to win a prize. They're not the absolute winner, but they are going to win a prize of the server of a certain size. So this next death is going to be very important not to die if you're a competitor.
It's very true. I'd say the next death is going to be feeling pretty hurt.
Now, Swag, as a competitor, you were part of one of the last 3, I believe, right? In
Yes,
the Oasis
on the
map?
Oasis map, yes.
Yes. What was going through your mind as the game progressed? How did you feel as there was getting fewer and fewer people and you were not dying, or you were killing people?
Well, at that point, I was thinking just to make sure that I had enough of everything to survive, because I thought that that was what's going to be the downfall to everyone. Because of the lack of water and the lack of food, everyone's going to run out of it sometime. But what I didn't realize and expect is all of the care package that would be coming and the mods intervening with the camping.
Yeah, that's one thing the game makers do not tell me anything about. So I have no idea what kind of intervention they want to do. Some games they do some games they don't do any. It just depends on the mood they're in. But it looks like
Really
Chiggles
does.
is actually going to find the base right here. And right here we have Backdraft and Chiggles, and they know both of them want to survive and they do not want to be the next death. So Chiggles is gaining the upper ground, and we have the other competitor just crouching in his hole. He's throwing snowball. He's intimidating him. He's actually throwing snowballs at him. Wow, that's something we haven't seen. And there's plenty of snow here, so if you can get a shovel, yeah, that's definitely a viable option. I know you can actually aggravate mobs with snowballs, am I right?
I think that's true. Yes, you can.
So if you're fighting at nighttime, you could use them to your advantage if you want to get a bunch of skeletons by you and kind of make havoc on the scenario for you and your opponent.
I don't know if you guys are watching this at all, but we have Chiggles right here kind of watching over someone over here, and I think they do both see each other. Backdraft is down by the river, and Chiggles is up in the mountain.
Yeah, that's actually the combat we're watching right now, or might be combat. But if you notice way in the distance, and I'm actually going to look at this right now, do you guys remember that's I'm a Grapeview's cave? And he's still a competitor, is he not? Yes, he is still a competitor. So he may be kind of hiding and looking at what's going on. But he is outside right there. We can see him, and I don't know if he spots these 2 competitors yet, about to duke it out.
You know, that'd be an interesting fight, having a 3-person PvP fight. I don't think we've had that many large group fights like that before, so that'd be interesting to see if he does come back out. Now, I have a question regarding this, actually, towards you, Swagger. What do you think it would be like having to maintain and be aware of both, like, 2 other people while you're fighting and trying to stay alive in that situation?
Well, my first instinct would be to do what I'm a Grapeview is doing. He just saw both of them, and he backed off. He's going to let
Alright.
them 2 kill each other, and then he's going to try to go in and clean it up.
So Chiggles seems to actually be going towards Amagrape's base, but I don't know if he knows he's there yet. And the other competitor, Backdraft, seems to be going up the mountain like nothing happened. So Chiggles might now be looking to take out Amagrape's base, or take out Amagrape. But maybe he hasn't even spotted him yet, because unless you have Optifine installed, it's really hard to see. Oh, Amagrape actually does see Chiggles. He is peering out, he is crouching so no one can see him. And it looks like Chiggles is trying to get out of his view if he sees him. If not, he's just running in a random direction.
Yep,
Oh,
Chiggles
he-
definitely sees it. He turns and looks to make sure he's out of view.
Yeah, he sees it because the dead giveaway is all the wheat outside that Amagrape is trying to grow. And it's good to have those wheat farms, but right near the cornucopia, I don't know if that's a great idea.
Very true.
It looks like I'm a Grapeview is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Backdraft is coming in the other side, while Chiggles is still on the other side as well. While I'm a Grapeview is in the middle, in his little cave.
It seems like Backdraft after just took some damage. I zoomed in and I saw him go red for a second. Do you think that's from hunger or from thirst or... No, he's actually fighting a, I think it was a spider. So the spider must have grabbed his attention first. But they definitely see each other.
Backdraft
Here
is
is
actually taking a couple hits from skeletons here.
that's never good, and we talked about this before. Taking those unnecessary hits is really what determines who's going to win in the fight. Because if you have one hit from a skeleton and you get in a sword fight with someone, you're already at a huge disadvantage.
And yeah, he's here in the woods now, and there are a lot of skeletons, a lot of zombies and creepers just kind of here in the woods. They are not dying from the sun because they're hidden by the trees. So if he stays in the woods, it could become an unfortunate situation very quickly.
You know what would be hilarious to see? I think it would be quite humorous if Purple Waffles actually ended up winning this entire game. If you notice, Purple Waffle 5 is one of our competitors, and I haven't seen him at all. I don't know if he's gotten any kills or anything like that, but I haven't seen him really do anything, and these 3 players are really going to duke it out. So I think at the end of these 3 players right here, if they get into combat, which it looks like it might not happen because Chiggles decides it's not the time that he wants to die, it is probably going to be one player left with a few hearts he's going to have to get food again and replenish his thirst. And if he doesn't do that in time, he might actually end up dying just from that recent combat. So Purple Waffle is actually nowhere to be seen, and I'm not really sure where he's at or what tactics he's using.
I'm here with Purple Waffle now, and he, in all honesty, he's actually somewhat close to the cornucopia. He followed the river and went up a little bit, and I think that's an interesting tactic because he still has access to water, but he's not in the midst of things.
Quite interesting. I don't want you to tell me where he actually is, but in reference, you said he was close to the cornucopia. Is he actually able to see it so we can keep an eye on where players are? Do you think he knows the presence of some other players?
I was watching him earlier, and he did see Chiggles walk kind of close by to where he is. He's quite lucky in that aspect.
Alright, well, so we do know Purple Waffle is now a pretty good competitor. He's not just hiding out in a hole like we theorized some players could, so should be pretty interesting to see what happens. In probably the next 5 minutes, I say there will be another death, but that's mostly because nighttime should be coming soon.
Nighttime does have tendency to bring on death.
I mean, I think our first nighttime we saw maybe 30% of the deaths at nighttime.
The first
Right.
night, yeah, I think that.
And that was literally just from monsters.
Yep, yep.
Uh-oh. Looks like Chiggles and Purple are coming up on each other.
Oh, they are. Let me go back. I see Purple now. This must be Purple in his pretty sweet skin. He must be trying to get the jump on Chiggles, and I don't know if Chiggles knows he's here. Oh, he does. Oh, they're right there. Oh, I almost ran into them. So it seems like Purple Waffle did get one hit on Chiggles, but no hits on him, but he still has that helmet. So
For some reason, I don't know why Chiggles backed off there. He has the stone sword. He has the armor. He should have just gone in straight for the kill instead of taking more damage.
So Purple Waffle actually died, and I'm wondering if it's because he went to go get a bite of food, like he took his pork chop out in the middle of the fight, and then started eating it, and Chiggles actually used that moment to sprint towards him and jump as fast as he could, and hit him. And he almost got a free hit like that, but he did get hit back, but, you know, it was pretty close. So Chiggles actually must be down a few health, and I now remember, all three of these competitors are now semi-winners. They're not the full winners, but they are a proud winner of a tree, what was the name of it? Not Tree Hugger, Tree Breaker.
Puncher.
Tree Puncher, okay.
Yes, and they are proud owner now of. Oh, looks like we have a fight here. Sorry to interrupt.
I'm a Grape You and Chiggles.
Chiggles and I'm a Grape You, and I'm a Grape You is sprinting down and chasing Chiggles.
Looks like I'm a Grape You has the iron sword, but Chiggles has the arm, so this should be. Oh! Looks like
Wow,
I'm a Grape You
that is
couldn't
the
get
third-
that last hit off.
That is the third kill we've seen for Chiggles, and now we're down to our last two, and Chiggles sees him. And so does Backdraft. And if Backdraft attacks right now, if he has anything, a stone sword, I think he could win. Is that a bow I see? No, it's snowballs.
Looks like snowballs.
You're just trying to hit him with a snowball. From far away, it looked sort of like a bow. So in a sense, it is a bow. You're able to throw projectiles and do a little bit of damage. But Chiggles knows he's probably low on health. He needs to get away from this. He needs to run as fast as he can. But it's becoming nighttime, and that means skeletons and creepers and zombies. So that's probably going to be bad for Chiggles. But it looks like Backdraft is backing off.
Uh-oh. Chiggles doesn't see it too... Okay, good. Chiggles almost ran into two creepers.
Two creepers, yeah. So Backdraft is actually pretty far away, but he's collecting snow as fast as he can to use as a projectile. Oh, there he goes. He's actually running backwards now to collect more snow. So
Now,
Chiggles realizes he's safe for a few moments. So what do you guys think is going through their minds?
that was actually what I was going to ask Swag. I mean, you've been in a position where you're, you know, about to win with only a couple contestants left. Now, what does this mean? What is going through their heads right now? I mean, this has got to be immense pressure from lots of different fans who've now gathered on their sides. What would be going through your head as a possibility to winning the entire thing?
Well, at this point, I think Chiggles has the obvious advantage with his helmet. And so if I'm in his mindset, I just want to run in there and try to get the jump on him rather than letting him pick the engagement.
One thing we also have to think about, when he killed his, was it I'm a Grape You? I believe he had an iron sword, did he not? Did he get that? Did he pick it up? Was he able to do that? Because if he has an iron sword, that's going to be extremely useful in combat.
It's very true.
I can't tell, be honest with you. He might have picked it up, but he might not know it at the same time.
Now, Chiggles is doing something interesting here. Not quite sure what, but I'll keep an eye out. He might be spelling something or making something, I'm not sure.
Either way, he's letting his guard down, to be fully honest, in Backdraft. And Backdraft could have gotten up the cliff if Chiggles wasn't watching, but I think he is taking refugee by the middle of Cornucopia. Because around this time, and I don't know if it always happens, but we've actually seen... Oh, he's spelling out the word win. We've actually seen the Cornucopia have some more supplies around this time, but maybe it's not going to happen this game, because we don't know for sure. Oh, Chiggles took an unexpected arrow from that skeleton and is now trying to run away because he's probably low on health.
That's very true.
So he runs to his makeshift base that he is now building up.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone create or build something that quick.
Yeah, that's pretty funny because he kind of did a preemptive win. You don't want to kind of throw it like an early GG and lose, but
yeah, now there's no pressure, only there is. I mean, he just decided, he specifically spelt out win. I mean, if he loses here, that would be, well, in all honesty, kind of funny.
Chiggles wants day so bad, he's actually yelling make it day, so I don't think it's going to happen. The server response is no. So from Backdraft, Backdraft is actually making a blitz, it looks like, over towards Chiggles, and I think Chiggles sees him. Let's see if we can get a first-person perspective of Chiggles. He's just sitting here in his little dirt hut, and there's a creeper in the middle of both of them, so Backdraft knows he is going to have to bypass that creeper to get over the Chiggles, so it's probably not worth it, because that can do quite a few amount of hearts. Huh. What's going through Backdraft's head right now?
I can't tell right now. He sees that Chiggles is holding up. He could be doing so much right now, be that gathering more wood, trying to make a bow, killing stuff. It's just... there's so many things that he could be doing.
That's true, and I think we have to take into the account that, I mean, we know exactly the same location, or we know the exact location of each of these players, whereas the other two don't necessarily know that. Like, if they're out gathering wood or gathering something else, maybe trying to find some food, then they're devoting their attention towards that and not on the location of the other player. So, it's really hard to know where the other person is and gather things at the same time. So, it's kind of creating this pause.
Ooh. That spider almost got Backdraft, but he kills it right before it did any damage.
Chiggles sees Backdraft now, and Backdraft has been stalking Chiggles. Looks like this could be the final confrontation.
They're doing that famous, I don't know if they call it dance, but Swag, did you do it before? The dance where you just kind of crouch as fast as you can? And kind of makes you go up and down. I've seen that almost as a taunt in between the competitors. And they try to throw snowballs at each other now. Oh, the creeper right behind him! Oh my god, that was completely unnecessary damage. And now Chiggles, no, this is the point that he needs to take. Oh, he is sprinting as fast as he can. I think we're going to see the final kill right here.
Wow. That was awful.
Just needs to run, but he's going to go in for it. And
this is it right here. As expected, wow.
We have
Chiggles.
a winner. Chiggles won. You just won the entire thing. That was impressive. That was an awful loss for him, but at the same time, Chiggles did do an impressive victory by killing many people and finally making it to the very top. Congratulations, Chiggles.
Man,
wow.
Poor Backdraft going out in that
creeper. That creeper was the death.
That's true. And I don't know about you, but I would say, just right now, off the top of my head, that I'd say that creeper was a game changer. I think that was one of the biggest game changers, in fact, of this entire game.
And I don't want to say it was, it was Backdraft's fault for not seeing it, but I think he should have been a little more, I don't know, observant of his surroundings at that point. You're so close to winning, you don't want any little stupid fact to, make you lose the game.
Yep, and that's what keeps this entire game so interesting. That there's just one little game-changing moment that can change everything.
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to take this moment to look at the tweets that we have live during the game. A couple of these people have been asking questions about the maps. I think a lot of people really like the maps. They're asking if we could distribute the maps afterwards and make it a public use. And I think that's a possibility we are entertaining with. But right now I can't give you a definite answer for that, but I think it's very possible. But at the same time, I don't think we're going to be releasing the full map due to some surprises we have in the future.
Chiggles is just running away as fast as he can, but he keeps getting ported back to the Cornucopia. Oh my, that is so many blazes. What is going on? I can't believe I'm running at this high of FPS, but that is just a ton of blazes. Looks like the game maker wanted to have a little fun at the end with all the blazes. But I think we have a few people we really need to thank about for helping us provide the stream, and that is our sponsors. Our Craft Hub was the main one that got us off the ground, I believe. So we have to
That's
give
true.
big thanks to Craft Hub.
Many
Tree
big thanks
Puncher for offering the prizes of third place a 5-person server, second place a 10-person server, and first place a 15-person server. So that's a pretty good deal. I don't know how much more you want from the prizes. And then
That's
we
a
also
great
have
deal.
some other ones. If you've noticed on the Minecraft forums, the official Minecraft forums, you might have seen Hungercraft on the front page. I noticed it today, and I was quite happy from it. But they are actually a sponsor of us, and then Curse Gaming is one of our major sponsors as well. So a big thanks goes out to all our sponsors, but mostly a big thanks out to all you guys, our viewers. Without you, I mean, what's the point of doing this? So all of you, I've noticed your comments in the chat. You guys are so enthusiastic about the winners and gameplay.